Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Volkswagen Touran car. If you are to judge the attractiveness of the silhouette, the Volkswagen Touran loses to almost every competitor. Design is not the strong point of the German design, but it has powerful engines and very good driving characteristics in store. Is there anything to be afraid of before buying the Touran? 3 years later, the car underwent a minor modernization. The front bumper was remodeled, the radiator grille was enlarged, and the headlights took on a more expressive shape. The rear lights were also modified, and reflectors were incorporated into the new rear bumper. A few minor changes were also made to the interior, and the offer was supplemented with the pseudo-off-road version Cross. It is just a pity that this unusual version was not equipped with 4x4 drive. Most people interested in the Volkswagen Touran will definitely choose the diesel. Why? The answer to this question is trivial. Small vans usually drive a lot and therefore have to burn as little fuel as possible. The decision, which diesel variant to choose, is not easy. You can either focus on reliability in a duet with poor dynamics or on failure rate and quite decent performance. The 2.0 TDI engine is like a ticking time bomb. It has several serious manufacturing defects, and you never know when it will break down. The most common failures are the oil pump drive, unit injectors, valve lifters, camshafts, and even the cylinder head. The dual-mass flywheel is also not very durable. If all the faults appear at the same time, the repair will certainly not be cost-effective. Fortunately, there is a second, much more durable diesel engine in the offer. This is the 1.9 TDI, which has been valued for years. You can't expect sensational performance from the standard power variants, although you can have your car chip-tuned. When buying this version, however, you have to remember that from time to time pump injectors or turbocharger failures may occur. Fortunately, with such a small power, this is rather rare. Among the petrol engines, the safest choice will be the 1.6-liter naturally aspirated engine. It may not be the most dynamic, but it doesn't burn too much fuel, and it tolerates the installation of an LPG system well. The FSI and 1.4 TSI units are the best in the range at accelerating the German van, but the former have problems with carbon deposits on the valves, while the 1.4 TSI is another design with manufacturing defects: cracking pistons, faulty timing chain tensioners, failing injectors, failing ignition coils. And what about the eco-fuel engines with the option of running on CNG? Although they are very economical and guarantee low operating costs, unfortunately, you will not find them in Europe. The German minivan's front suspension uses spring struts, while Volkswagen engineers decided to use an independent wishbone system at the rear. What level of safety does the Touran provide? In the Euro NCAP crash tests, the car received a full 5 stars. Among the less serious shortcomings, Touran users mention the mediocre quality of the plastics used to finish the interior. In cars from the beginning of production, the dashboard could make disturbing sounds. The problem was later solved, and there was also peeling paint. This type of shortcoming should not occur in Volkswagen models. Paint problems affect almost all models of the brand. The Germans have been trying to deal with this for years, but so far without success. Before buying, it is worth checking the brake lights and electric windows. These types of faults can be eliminated quite easily, but their detection will be a good argument when negotiating the price. Both the chassis and bodywork have been almost perfectly protected against corrosion. If you manage to find traces of rust during a pre-purchase inspection of the car, it is evidence that the car was unprofessionally repaired after an accident. If you don't want to expose yourself to unnecessary expenses, it's worth checking the operation of the air conditioning. Damage to the compressor and the air conditioning condenser occurs. Other advantages of this car include a very rich engine range, easy access to spare parts, unfortunately not all of them are cheap, good driving characteristics, and a functional interior. If you need to transport more people from time to time, it is worth looking for a version with a third row of seats. However, it should be remembered that after folding them down, the large boot with a capacity of 695L shrinks to just 120L. The biggest design flaws are engines with manufacturing defects, a hard suspension — customers expect comfort when buying such a car — and overly conservative styling. I advise avoiding models from the beginning of production. Newer ones will certainly cause fewer problems. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.